What's up mga kaguro at mga mag-aaral? Ako muli ang inyong online teacher, Rolly C. Franco, para sa panibagong aralin sa Life and Career Skills. Nandito na tayo ngayon sa Quarter 2, Lesson 3. Sa lesson natin ngayon, pag-uusapan natin ang interpersonal effectiveness. Ito ay tungkol sa kakayahan nating makipag-ugnayan sa iba ng may respeto at positibong resulta. Halina't alamin kung paano natin ito magagamit sa ating pang-araw-araw na buhay. Ang objectives natin ngayon ay i-define ang interpersonal effectiveness, alamin ang key aspects nito, maunawaan kung bakit ito mahalaga, at tukuyin ang mga barriers na humahadlang sa effective relationships. Sa huli, makakahanap tayo ng mga strategies para lampasan ang mga ito. Para sa ating paunang gawain, isusulat ninyo ang 3 positive traits na nakikita sa iba sa inyo. Pagkatapos, i-share sa partner at i-reflect kung paano nakakatulong ang mga traits na ito para sa mas magandang relasyon. Let's start our discussion. First, we have the core skills of interpersonal effectiveness. The first key aspect is the communication. It is how to express needs clearly, active listening, and assertive but respectful expression. Communication ay ang kakayahan natin magsabi ng ating needs ng malinaw, makinig ng mabuti at magpahayag ng assertive pero may respeto pa rin. Sunod ay ang empathy at perspective taking. Ang empathy ay yung kakayahan nating umintindi ng nararamdaman ng iba, samantalang ang perspective taking ay nakikita mo ang kanilang mga punto de vista o ang pananaw ng ibang mga tao. Ang sunod na key aspect ay ang conflict resolution. Ang conflict resolution ay tungkol sa pag-handle ng disagreements para hindi na ito lumala pa. It aims for a win-win solution. Sunod ay ang building and maintaining healthy relationships. Mahalaga at maganda rin ang healthy boundaries at pagpapanatili ng positibong pakikipag-ugnayan sa iba. Self-awareness, ito ay ang pagkilala sa sariling values, beliefs, at emotions at kung paano ito nakakaapekto sa iba. Isa-isahin natin ang mga dahilan kung bakit mahalaga ang interpersonal effectiveness. Kapag effective ka sa relationships, mas maganda ang samahan mo sa family, friends, at colleagues. Nadadagdagan din ang self-esteem at confidence mo at mas nagiging effective ka sa teamwork at problem solving. First, importance of interpersonal effectiveness is shown through improved relationships. Stronger connections with family, friends, and colleagues lead to greater satisfaction and well-being. Second, increased self-esteem and confidence. Successfully navigating social interactions and achieving the desired outcomes can boost self-confidence. 3. Effective communication leads to better understanding and cooperation in both personal and professional settings. 4. Better problem solving and conflict resolution. Strong interpersonal skills allow individuals to address challenges more effectively and find solutions that satisfies everyone involved. Effective interpersonal relationships are built on clear communication, mutual understanding, and trust. However, several factors can act as barriers to these relationships, hindering the flow of information and leading to misunderstandings or conflicts. These barriers can be broadly categorized as psychological, emotional, cultural, and physical. Examples in action. Ilan sa mga halimbawa ng interpersonal effectiveness ay humihiling ng favor ng assertive pero magalang, nakipag-compromise sa conflict, nagsiset ng boundaries, at nagbibigay ng empathy sa kaibigan. Let's start with assertively requesting a favor. It involves clearly stating a need and the desired outcome while being respectful of the other person. Negotiating a compromise in a conflict. It is understanding the perspectives of all parties and finding a solution that works for everyone. Setting a boundary with a colleague, politely declining an unreasonable request while maintaining a positive working relationship, and offering empathy and support to a friend, recognizing and acknowledging their emotion and offering comfort or practical assistance. Now, I've mentioned earlier that there are barriers to have an effective interpersonal relationship. Let us run down each. First is the psychological barriers. Psychological barriers are internal, tulad ng prejudice o bias, takot na ma-judge o pagiging defensive. Prejudice and bias. Existing biases or stereotypes can distort perceptions and prevent objective understanding. Fear of judgment or criticism. This can prevent individuals from expressing their true thoughts and feelings. Emotional dysregulation. Strong emotions like anger, anxiety, or fear can hinder communication and create emotional distance. And defensiveness. This can make it difficult to receive feedback and can lead to misunderstandings or conflicts. Next, we have emotional barriers. Emotional barriers ay kapag sobra ang nararamdaman kaya nahihirapan makipag-communicate. First, we have emotional overload. It is being overwhelmed by emotions that can make it difficult to communicate effectively. Lack of empathy. The inability to understand or share another's person can create distance and misunderstandings. And emotional reactivity. Overreacting to situations can damage relationships and hinder communication. Third, we have cultural barriers. Ang cultural barriers ay nagmumula sa iba't ibang paniniwala, wika, o norms. Let's have, for example, language differences. It includes misunderstandings that can occur when people don't share a common language or have different dialects. Cultural norms and expectations. Different cultures have varying rules for communication, behavior, and social interaction, which can lead to misunderstandings. And lack of cultural awareness. A lack of understanding of other cultures can lead to stereotypes, biases, and misunderstandings. Lastly, we have physical barriers. Ang physical barriers ay external, tulad ng ingay, layo ng distansya, o problema sa technology. We have noise or distraction. Physical noise or other distractions can make it difficult to hear or understand what is being said. Distance. Physical distance can create a sense of separation and hinder face-to-face communication. And technology limitations. Technical glitches or difficulties with using communication technology can also create barriers. How to overcome barriers? Para ma-overcome ang barriers, kailangan natin ng active listening, emotional regulation, cultural sensitivity, at malinaw na pakikipag-usap. Huwag din nating kalimutan, syempre, ang paghingi ng feedback. Active listening, it involves paying attention to what others are saying and ask clarifying questions. Emotional regulation, learn to manage your emotion and communicate effectively even when emotions are high. Cultural sensitivity, be open-minded and respectful of cultural differences. Clear and concise communication. Use clear language and avoid jargon or technical terms. Seeking feedback, ask for feedback and be open to constructive criticism. Now, barriers and misconceptions in interpersonal effectiveness. There are factors that get in the way to have an effective interpersonal communication. First, fear of rejection or conflict. People may avoid speaking up or setting boundaries because they are afraid of being disliked, rejected, or starting an argument. Low self-esteem. If someone doesn't value their own thoughts or feelings, they may struggle to assert themselves or believe they deserve respect. Strong emotions, for example, anger or anxiety. Intense emotions can cloud judgment and lead to impulsive or aggressive communication. And lack of communication skills. Without training or experience, a person may not know how to experience themselves or express themselves clearly and respectfully. Poor listening. Effective interaction isn't about just only talking. Not listening well can damage trust and cause misunderstanding. Cultural or family background. Some people grow up in environments where open communication isn't encouraged, making assertiveness make them feel uncomfortable or wrong. Desire to please others or people pleasing. Always putting others first can lead to neglecting one's own needs, which harms self-respect and builds resentment. And negative past experiences. If someone was ignored, judged, or punished for being honest in the past, they may fear repeating that pain. Now, let's talk about the common myths that get in the way of interpersonal effectiveness. These are the common myths or statements which hinder or get in the way of interpersonal effectiveness. The first one, being assertive is the same as being rude or aggressive. But it is not the truth. The truth is, assertiveness means expressing your needs respectfully, not attacking or dominating others. Second, the false statement. If I say no, people won't like me. But the truth is, setting boundaries actually earns respect. People pleasing can lead to resentment and, of course, stress or burnout. 3. I shouldn't have to ask. If they cared, they just know. No, the truth is, others can't read your mind. Clear, direct communication is more respectful and effective. 4. Conflict is always bad and should be avoided. But the truth is, healthy conflict can lead to growth, understanding, and stronger relationships. 5. My needs are less important than others. But the truth is, everyone's needs matter equally. Ignoring your needs damages self-respect and trust. 6. If I give in once, I'll always have to give in. But the truth is, flexibility isn't weakness. Compromise can build cooperation and mutual respect. Sana ay natuto tayo sa mga myths na nagiging hinder para magkaroon ng interpersonal effectiveness. Dahil sa kabuuan, ang interpersonal effectiveness ay nakasalalay sa communication, empathy at respeto. Mahalaga ring makilala ang mga barriers at maglaan ng effort para malampasan ito. Bakit nga ba kasi mahalaga ang interpersonal effectiveness? It enhances relationships and collaboration. It builds self-confidence and emotional intelligence. It improves communication and conflict resolution. And it promotes mutual respect and understanding. Para sa ating assessment, I will show you different statements about our topic and identify what type of barrier is indicated or being pointed out in each statement. Choose the letter of the correct answer. A for psychological barrier, B for emotional barrier, C for cultural barrier, and D for physical barrier. Number 1. Existing biases or stereotypes can distort perceptions and prevent objective understanding. This is A. Prejudice and bias. Number 2, this can prevent individuals from expressing their true thoughts and feelings. This is A. Psychological barrier under fear of judgment or criticism. 3. Being overwhelmed by emotions can make it difficult to communicate effectively. This is B. Under emotional barriers, which talks about emotional overload. 4. Misunderstandings can occur when people don't share a common language or have different dialects. So this is C, cultural barrier. It is about language differences. Number 5, different cultures have varying rules for communication, behavior, and social interaction, which can lead to misunderstanding. So this is also C, cultural barrier, which talk about cultural norms and expectations. 6, a lack of understanding of other cultures can lead to stereotypes, biases, and misunderstanding. So this is C, also cultural barrier, lack of cultural awareness. 7, physical noise or other distractions can make it difficult to hear or understand what is being said. This is under letter D, physical barrier, which talks about noise or distractions. 8, physical distance can create a sense of separation and hinder face-to-face communication. This is also under physical barrier, which talk about distance. 9, technical glitches or difficulties with using communication technology can also create barriers. This is letter D, under physical barriers, technology limitations. Number 10, overreacting to situations can damage relationships and hinder communication. So this is letter B, emotional barrier, under emotional reactivity. Now, for your reflection journal or extended activity, write a one-page journal entry describing a recent conflict and how you handled it. Identify what you did well and what you could improve in that situation. That's it for our topic for this discussion video. Once again, thank you to the development team of the lesson exemplar from which the discussion video was based on. Once again, I am your online teacher, Mr. Rolly Franco. Thank you for watching.